4K, 1 terabyte and a disk drive. Am I talking about the Xbox Series X or the Xbox One X? Or better yet, can you guess which of these recordings is from the Xbox Series X and which of these is from the One X? Quite difficult, right? Well, don't you worry fellas, because after sinking hundreds of hours into both consoles, I've got a clear picture of their strengths and weaknesses. With exciting new games on the horizon, along with some tempting price drops on both consoles, this leaves us with the question: Xbox Series X versus Xbox One X. Which one is the right pick for you? Before you start thinking,
oh, the Xbox One X is ancient history, just get the Series S or X.
Actually, we're not ditching the One X just yet, fellas. It's still the MVP for many people. And you might be surprised, because I certainly was, to find that it can even run the latest and greatest Black Ops 6 at a smooth and stable 60 FPS with stunning visuals. While that's amazing, it doesn't really tell the whole story. So we're going to compare how they hold up, including performance, graphics, pricing, supported games and reliability, to see if the Xbox Series X or the Xbox One X gives you the best bang for your buck. Alrighty, let us begin. So fellas, you got the Series X with its beastly hardware, and on the other side, we got the One X, the previous gen plastic slab workhorse. The Series X is packing 12 teraflops of raw power, but all you really need to know is that it makes your games look ridiculously good. Up to buttery smooth 4K 120 FPS, oh god damn. The One X, on the other hand, still pulls off 4K. And trust me, it's not just 4K-ish, it's legit. Actual native 4K, unlike the Series S. Games like Black Ops 6 and Red Dead Redemption 2 look stunning, even on 2017 hardware. Absolutely phenomenal optimization on ancient hardware. And yep, believe it or not, but this is ancient hardware in tech terms. So the Series X is a speedy fella, with its custom SSD, load times practically non-existent, otherwise minimal. And how about the One X? Yeah, you'll have time to grab a snack, binge watch shorts and visit 2 of the 7 world wonders while your game loads. Alrighty, to be honest, I know that everyone says when you first experience the Series S or X SSD you can't go back. And I argue that it's true for many, but I don't really mind the extra weight. Yeah, actually. But what I do mind is the sharpness when switching between menus. It really shows the console's age. Nevertheless, that traditional hard drive just isn't the sharpest tool in the shed. If only there was something to speed it up with. Ah, what a pleasant surprise. Yep, you can give your console a bit of a speed boost. While it won't hit the lightning fast speeds of the Series X, it'll certainly shave off some of those load times, making it feel like an old fella on steroids. Sort of. Overall, the games I've tested on both consoles handled today's hottest games like a champ. But there is one thing to keep in mind. As we step further into 2024 and the following years, more and more games are starting to take full advantage of the Series X ray tracing, fast processing, and quick resume features. Sure, the One X will still get most of the titles, but it might be showing its age when developers start optimizing exclusively for next-gen hardware. For games that are out now, the One X is still punching way above its weight. Especially at 4K up to 60 FPS, oi oi oi. I mean, just take a look at the Black Ops 6 graphics and performance, as well as Shadow of the Tomb Raider. If you somehow don't find this impressive for 2017 hardware, then I hope by showing you the game on the One S changes your mind. Unless you're a hardcore specs geek, what really matters is how the games feel when you're playing, and if you're, you know, happy and enjoying them. But I can't leave you hanging, so here you go, fellas. So, it's no surprise that the Series X takes the crown for overall power and performance. But do not count out the One X just yet, fellas, as it's still got plenty of use in its tank. Especially when you take a look at the price, because it's similar to a new Xbox controller.
United Bank of...
Alright, okay fellas, so, pricing. Obviously, one console is lighter on the wallet than another. I wonder which one it is. Yeah, the One X can be found for around 100 to 150 bucks and the Series X for around 300 to 450 buckaroos. Cause with the Series X you're paying for the latest and greatest. Enough said. So I upgraded to the Series X quite recently. The reason behind that is actually stupid simple. I was completely satisfied with my One X, as a matter of fact so satisfied that I now own two of them.
You're right. There are two sexes. The one-eye
The normal Xbox One X.
and the one-eye.
The special Xbox One X. But then I found the Series X for 300 buckaroos, which is the lowest price I've seen. So I didn't hesitate and I snagged that immediately. If it wasn't for the price, I simply wouldn't have upgraded, as the One X did exactly everything. Well, you know, almost exactly. Everything I wanted a gaming console to do. It played all the games I enjoyed in a laid-back manner on my cozy-ass couch instead of sweating my ass off on my PC. I loaded up several 4K games, several story games, several racing games, competitive games, new games, and old games. Basically everything I threw at it ran at a performance that I was satisfied and overall happy with, because it was solid, not choppy and laggy, but smooth and beautiful. I've said it in other videos, but it's actually incredible that a 4K console can be found for such a bargain. You know, I've been a massive Black Ops fan since the day of dawn, and now with the most recent addition, Black Ops 6, I was pleasantly surprised that it was available for last gen. So I gave it a go on the One X and oh my holy shit god, was I shocked. Running at 60 FPS and a resolution that is actually 4K or somewhere near it, I believe. The game doesn't really tell. Anyway, the point is it runs incredibly good and the frame rate is consistent across the board. This is a current gen game that I really, and I do mean really, enjoyed playing on the One X. Also remember that this is the beta version of the game because it hasn't released yet at the time of recording this video. So the experience will most likely slightly improve when the game officially drops. So to give you an Odeboomail certified Black Ops 6 beta rating on the One X, 9 out of 10, great game, too many sweats. Alrighty fellas, here's a quick comparison with the Xbox One S, One X and Series X. You can clearly see how the One S struggles to hit that 60 FPS mark, and the graphics and viewing distance just wasn't there. I had a hard time spotting enemies further away, which sadly led to a bad gaming experience. Then, only jumping a step up to the One X, you can already tell that the difference is night and day. Clear textures, smooth gameplay and long viewing distance. Perfect. And finally, for the Series X, which is significantly better than both the One S and One X. But still, massive kudos to Treyarch for optimizing the One X so goddamn well. Remember this scene? Because it's time to reveal which one is which. The one on the left is the One X and the one on the right is the Series X. Pretty hard to tell, but one hint is that the One X is capped at 30 FPS, which you can see when inspecting the weapon. Here's a screenshot from the Series X, bringing in the One X to the field, and now we're actually seeing a difference quite clearly. But then, how about this? This is actually a screenshot from both consoles. Can you see it? Alrighty, here you go. But still, can you tell which one is which? I know I couldn't. Let's try a bit of motion. Now looking at this side by side, can you believe that the One X can be picked up for under 100 bucks? It's absolutely bonkers. On the Series X we can see the ray tracing in action, with better lighting and shadows. Otherwise I can barely tell the difference. And for the last one, the One X as a whole just looks more natural and realistic. It really shows the potential the One X still has. Yes, the sun wasn't in the same spot and the weather was slightly different, but you can't say the One X did a bad job here. Now, this is what makes the One X glow in my opinion. Game Pass and the games. I won't dive deeply into this because it's self-explanatory, I hope. So imagine, you manage to get your hands on a One X with a controller for 75 smackaroos. Then, you need games. And if you don't already own any, you have Game Pass Ultimate. We'll start off with a 3-month subscription, for example, to get the overall feeling of the Xbox ecosystem. Or you can go with 1 month if you wanna be cheaper. But we'll stick with 3 for this example. Then you end up with short over 100 smackaroos spent on a 4K gaming console that has a gaming library of over 400 games. And if you haven't already tried Game Pass Ultimate, then you get your first 2 weeks for one single Washington. So you can start gaming cheap and a vast amount of these games will run great on the One X. Then you have another option, the classic, so to say. Actually owning games, my favorite. Many titles, especially several used physical copies, are being sold cheaply. Other times you can snag outstanding discounts in the Xbox store. But now fellas, I present to you the next episode. The Xbox One X is basically a tank in a console form. It's been around since 2017 and no silly red rings of death, thankfully. This absolute unit can take a beating. But it isn't invincible because play has limits. As I've heard, the HDMI port does fail for some unlucky fellas. But if we turn our attention to the Series X, its cooling system is like having a personal AC unit for your games. Keeping everything running chill and quiet even when you're pushing it with those 4K 120 FPS titles. Have a listen. For the design, it's the One X that takes it home in my book. Take one solid look at it and be like, hot diggity damn! That's a good looking piece of technology, as it slides right into any setup like it was meant to be. Sleek, fits anywhere, most robust and solid build quality I've ever seen on a console. It makes the PS5's build feel wacky. And the gorgeous limited editions, c'est magnifique. The Series X is none of that really, maybe somewhat sleek and yeah, it has best in class cooling. So yeah, for design I definitely prefer the One X over the Series X. And taking a look at the comment section, it seems like many of you fellas also thinks that way. But if you pick the One X, you might wanna open it up and take a good look inside. Oh, there is a fucking ribbon cable. I haven't watched that tutorial. Did I break it? Oh shit. Did I actually just break the power button? Still powers on? Oh shit. Okay, welcome. Oh my god, that is full piece of shit. Literally zero thermal paste. Oh my goodness, an Easter egg, oh my god, no way. Now some of you fellas might be wondering if it's still worth investing in a Series X, when there could be a new Xbox on the horizon. They've recently released some refreshed versions with a storage boost and a higher price, so that's kind of fucking shit, as they didn't enhance anything else as seen on the PS5 Pro. And according to the rumors, we'll have to wait until 2028 for the next Xbox. So that means GTA 6 before the next Xbox. Oh my god, 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 oh my god. Now when a vast amount of Xbox exclusive games have been ported over to PC, do you really need an Xbox? Here's the thing, if you already own a high-end beefy PC, then PC Game Pass could be an ideal choice for you. Or you can take advantage of the never-ending Steam sales. On the other hand, an Xbox Series X, or the One X for that matter, offers convenience. Plug it in, grab a controller, and there you have it. No driver updates, no messing with settings, just a smooth 4K gaming experience straight out of your couch. That's exactly why I picked up a gaming console, even though I already own a gaming PC. A console is also cheaper than a PC in this performance range. So yeah, bear that in mind. If you're going to take full advantage of the current gen performance, 120 FPS, ray tracing and zero load times, the Series X is your best bet. It's powerful, future-proof and ready for anything developers throw at it. However, if you're not going to take full advantage of all of that, then if you're on a budget but still want to experience, let's say, 4K gaming, the One X is a fantastic option. It's much cheaper and still performs impressively for its age, especially when paired with Game Pass or physical game discs, as it has a 4K disc drive like the Series X. And if you don't need a 4K, you can swap to performance mode to improve the frame rate in a selection of games. But in fact, the One X ability to play native 4K and support physical media is why I personally chose it over the Series S. Because for me, high quality visuals and owning physical game copies matter more than high frame rates and faster load times, because with the One X you can really get a special immersive experience on a tight budget. Plus, don't forget the One X has hot swappable storage, making it easier to expand and speed up your storage if needed. And yes, on the Series S and X you can always add more storage as well, but at least for me, my piggy bank can't handle that price. So the Series X is obviously the king of the hill, but the One X, it's still a great choice for those looking for performance without a next gen price tag. It is, however, starting to fall onto its last legs. You won't be getting games like GTA 6 or the new Forza Motorsport on here. In any case, for the cutting edge graphics, performance, and if you're actually going to take advantage of it, then yeah, treat yourself with the Series X. And if you just want solid and casual gaming at a good price that you can still sink plenty of hours into, then the One X is perfect. So yeah fellas, happy to say that both consoles have something to offer. But if it still would happen that you yet aren't convinced that the One X actually can deliver solid performance, or simply if you wanna dive deeper, then the video in the middle is something you don't wanna miss out. Thank you fellas for watching. If you did enjoy, then a like and sub is highly appreciated. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!